Okay, a drill to hopefully improve your kicking. Now, me, I would see you doing this maybe 4, 5 times a week. Introducing our star of the night, Mrs. Weir, in she comes. Mrs. Weir, face the boys and girls, chat, Kanye. Right, we're going to start off with a bit of a loosen off. Right leg back, guarding block, please, Mrs. Weir. Just rising kicks, my count. Hannah. Deux. Set. Net. Dassel. Yassel, Ilgup, Yodel, Ahop, Yol, switch. And again, Hannah, Dul, Set, Net, Dassel, Yassel, Ilgup, Yodel, Ahop, Yol, switch. Now, I want to see you doing 3 sets of 10 with each leg. We're sticking with 1 set of 10 for now to keep this a reasonably compact video. Right leg back, Mrs. Weir. Mrs. Weir, I want outward crescent kicks, please. Hannah. Now, I'm going to make this harder for Mrs. Weir. Mrs. Weir, can you face me here? Are we still in camera, Mrs. Martin? I want you, tighten up, here. Outward crescent kicks over my hands. Ideally, you would have them at shoulder height. Clear both hands, please. Now, see, a lot of you would do it as if you're clearing one hand. I want both. Dul. Set. Net. Dassel. Yassel. Ilgup. Yodel. Ahop. Yol. Change. Again, Hannah. Dull, set, net, dassel, yassel, ilgup, yodel, ahop, yol. And Mrs. Weir, relax. Now we bring our friend the chair into it. Mrs. Weir, hands on the chair, please. Now, using your left leg to begin with, keeping your heel higher than the toes, swing your left leg up 10 times. So side leg rising. Now, ideally, I want to see the heel higher than the toes like you would for a side kick. When you've done 10 with that leg, Mrs. Weir, use the other leg. Now again, I want 3 sets of 10 with each leg. Mrs. Weir, come around this side, just the same. But now trying to keep your body upright, starting with your left leg, you're kicking backwards. Toes down, legs up. 10 times with your left, off you go. Back leg rising. And then we've done 10 with that, 10 with the other leg. You can see Mrs. Weir bringing her foot up to Balcal. I don't really want that. I want the heel up and toes down. Good, let me get the chair out of the way. I could probably use this for something myself. Good, Mrs. Weir, I want you lying on the ground facing the camera, please. On your back, feet facing the camera. Good, legs straight. Now what I want you to do, Mrs. Weir, starting with, we'll go with your left leg, big outward circles, right round, as far to over your face as you can, right round and back. Keep going, let's go, all the way around. The bigger circle you can make, the better, and keep going. Now, I would say maybe a good 5 in one direction. If at any stage in this circle that you're trying to make, you feel you've got a bit kind of sticking and getting in the way, go forwards and back over that little sticky bit. Kind of, there you go, look, she's loosening off. She's obviously got a stiff bit down there. And then back to the big circle. When she's done 5, then 5 the other way with the same leg. I don't know if Mrs. Weir's been keeping count. I certainly haven't. Good. Then the other way. Now again, if anywhere in this perfect circle that you feel a stiff bit, you go backwards and forwards over it. Hopefully Mrs. Weir will be taking this right over her face, out wide. Okay, not her face then. Good, and she'll do 5 with that leg. Nice big circle. And then the other leg outwards. There we go, nice big circle. It's normal to have one leg stiff and the other. So here down in sunny Somerset, it's Monday afternoon, first Monday of the zombie apocalypse. She'll do 5 one way, then 5 the other. Brains. Brains. Stand up when you're done, Mrs. Weir. Are you enjoying yourself, Mrs. Weir? Good. Have you done? Up we get. Now we bring back our friend, Mr. Chair. There you are, Mrs. Weir. Now you're going to come round here initially. You are going to raise your right knee. So cop a hold of that. Raise your right leg up. Show me. That's your right leg. Chamber a nice big full turning kick right by your butt. So lean away. I want the knee high. Now what I want you to do, keeping it up there, 20 slow turning kicks. I'll help you. Good. 20, slow as you can. Help me keep count here, boys and girls. Now when you've done the 20 slow, and she could have done them slower, but she's doing them like this so we can get through it, the filming quickly. When you've done the 20 slow, I want 30 really fast. Here it goes. And really quick. 30 of them. Good. Looking good, Mrs. Weir. Now, so you don't walk funny, let's do the other leg. Good. She lifts it up to turning kick position, and I better sit down here again, and she does 20 slow. Let's have some really nice slow ones this time, Mrs. Weir. This is much better. They were a bit rushed before. I'm trying not to grin. My wife is behind the camera making faces at me. How you doing, Mrs. Martin? She says she's great. After you've done the 20 slow, Mrs. Weir, 30 really fast. Are you muttering under your breath? Oh. Excellent. Move the chair around the other way, Mrs. Weir. I'm going to need our friend, the stopwatch. Now, Mrs. Weir, you are going to lift this leg up. You're not going to drop the foot below belt height if you can possibly help it. You are, for a minute, going to do a combination any combination of side kicks, turning kicks and hook kicks, just banging them off like a mad fruit bat. Okay, Mrs. Weir, lift to a chamber position. Stopwatch is up. 1 minute starting now. You enjoying yourself, Mrs. Weir? Good, that's 7 seconds gone. Keep kicking. Above the belt, ideally, Mrs. Weir. It's unfortunate I'm not able to do this myself. My knees are still waiting, rebuilding. We're 20 seconds in. You have 40 to go. I'll be lucky. Keep it up. You've got 30 seconds to go now, Mrs. Weir. Mrs. Weir, don't give in. Everyone watching's on your side.
I hope they're doing it, sir.
Mr. Smith says he isn't on your side or doing it. You have 15 seconds left, Mrs. Weir. Stop. And let's move the chair around the other way, Mrs. Weir. Mrs. Martin says move back a little bit. And get that leg up. Are you ready, Mrs. Weir? Do you need to shake your booty a little? There we go. On the life's natural movers, Mrs. Weir. My doobry's come off. I'll live without my doobry for a minute. Get it up. And go. Now this is the easy one, boys and girls. The really hard one's going to follow this. Any combination you like. You know, I could quite happily see 3 or 4 side kicks in a row, 3 or 4 turning kicks in a row. This is good stuff. You're developing the muscles that will help you lift your kicks up. You have 25 seconds to go, Mrs. Weir. "15 seconds left. You're doing very well. "5 seconds, Mrs. Weir. Still enjoying yourself?
Sir.
Stop. Now, Mrs. Weir is going to love the next one. We'll move this around the other way. Let me get my microphone widget before it leaves. All right, let's turn the chair around the other way, Mrs. Weir. Good. Lift your right leg up, point it towards the camera. Demonstrate a lovely side kick Balcal position. Up you go. Look at how she's turned the foot like that. It's really good, Mrs. Weir. The clock is running. You're keeping that there for 1 minute. You have 5 seconds gone already. Ideally, that's it. If it hurts, lift higher. You really don't have long at all now, Mrs. Weir. The next exercise after this will be far nicer. Really. You have 40 seconds to go. It's important somebody times you. It is important you maybe have somebody telling you to lift the leg higher. You have 25 seconds, Mrs. Weir. So these exercises are hard work. 4 or 5 times a week it will improve your kicking, I promise. You have 15 seconds left, Mrs. Weir, on this leg. Ideally not leaning back as far as Mrs. Weir is, but, you know, she's doing her best. Better than me. Stop. Change sides, Mrs. Weir. Do you need to shake your bits? Good, give it a little shake. Okay, perfect Balcal position, please. Stick it out. Sooner done. And the clock is running. Now, Mr. Smith, if you're watching this exercise, Mr. Pioli, I'm looking to see the leg up here at least. Yes. And anybody I've ever nicknamed Legs. You're 30 seconds in, Mrs. Weir. There's 30 to go. If it feels like dropping, push it up. If you're flogging a friend through this exercise, perhaps any time the foot drops below knee height, you add on another 15 seconds. It's definitely drooping. You certainly are, Mrs. Weir. Keep the leg out, Mrs. Weir. You don't want a penalty. And bring the leg in and put it down and relax. Right now we continue to try to develop Mrs. Weir's flexibility. Mrs. Weir, turn and face the camera, please. Keeping your body upright, take your legs as wide as they will go. Okay, body upright, not bending forwards. Using the ground as resistance, squeeze your legs back together as hard as you can. Go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay there, Mrs. Weir. You can stop squeezing. Ordinarily, I'll be telling Mrs. Weir to move both legs. You see she's moved this one out maybe, really good, 4 inches. Our floor is slippery and her shoes are slippery, so it's one leg at a time. Mrs. Weir staying there and squeezing the ground again hard. Go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Squeeze back together hard. 2, 1. Stop squeezing. Just stay there, Mrs. Weir. This exercise of squeezing your legs together shuts off the safety mechanism, allowing you to get a wider stretch. Mrs. Weir, let's have that foot going out further, please. Okay, I'd like another 2 inches at this stage, Mrs. Weir. However, you guys could be achieving at home, even if it was a centimetre more a day. If you have somebody there helping you, maybe you could put a bit of chalk or a bit of tape on the carpet to mark where you've been. Squeezing again, Mrs. Weir, good and hard for 20, 19, 18, good squeeze, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Stop squeezing, Mrs. Weir. That was a count of 10. Let the legs as wide as they will go and just hold the position and stay there. So ordinarily you'd stay there now for 30 seconds. Hands on the ground between your feet, Mrs. Weir. And now let the feet out as wide as they will go. The bending forwards changes your stretch. However, you don't tend to bend forwards and look at your own bottom when you're kicking. So the upright works. If the leg will go any wider, Mrs. Weir, just stay there. Are you getting a good stretch, Mrs. Weir? Now you'd hold that for 90 seconds. But in this case, I'm going to let Mrs. Weir off the hook. Bring your feet in and stand up. Now just kick heels up to your bottoms, Mrs. Weir. A little bit of jogging, kicking. This is what we wanted. And stop, just alternating, circling your knees out, just to relax each way a few times, and then stop. Mrs. Weir, thank you. Thank you, boys and girls. I will try to put a written explanation of that up as well. Thank you.